What is up, my people? Welcome back to another episode of The David Lopez Show, presented by Passion Park ENT. You know what it is. Welcome back. Hope you all enjoyed your week. I know I did. I was out of town. I was in Texas for the past couple days, so the weather was a little bit warmer than up here. It was nice to get away from that. Although it's not too bad right now out here in the Chi. It's a little rainy, but it ain't snowing, so that's cool. And that was your daily weather update from me, meteorologist D-Lo. No, but I had a great time in Texas. We got to see one of our friends get married, so that was beautiful. And it was dance the night away, drink the night away. You know what I'm saying? Austin is always a fun city. Got to go out downtown there for a little bit, and then got away on the beach in Galveston, Texas. We was in the South there. Really friendly people though. Everybody was like, "What's up, y'all? Hey, y'all." No, but it was a great time. It was a great time. So I'm glad to be back though. Back in the studio, back in the crib. Working on stuff again. So that's nice. It's always good to take a couple days off. Kind of like free your mind, just live your life. You gotta live a life worth writing about. So now I'm back at it, creating again. So I'm feeling good, getting back in the rhythm of things here. But before we get into this, it's another solo dolo, mostly sports episode. We'll talk about a couple other things unsports related. But first we gotta do our little housekeeping that we normally do. You know what I'm saying? Well, first and foremost, if you're listening to this like the day it comes out, then tonight my new song, My Plane, comes out. 11 p.m. Central Time, midnight Eastern. It's like as soon as the next day starts in America, so that would be Eastern Time. That's when the song hits. So, excuse me. Oh, geez, that's my coffee right there. Coffee burps. So My Plane drops tonight. I'm super excited about that. It is completely 100% done by me. I made the beat, I mixed, mastered, recorded, wrote it, all that good jazz. So I do hope you enjoy it. I'm excited to drop that. I'm excited to perform it next week on Black Friday at Uncommon Ground on Clark and Lakeview. That will be an awesome night of music. I'm super excited. I love that place. Great food, great drinks. My man Julian Xavier is opening for me. He's a really talented dude. He's done a lot of work with me before in the past. And then Viano is also another opener, and I'm excited to hear his stuff. So make sure to reserve your table beforehand, because I know some people have already done so. So yeah, try to find your spot in there. I'm really hoping to fill it up. Should be a fun night. So I hope to see you there. Yeah, for sure. All right. And then our affiliates, we always do like a couple ads up top kind of things. These are products that I use for the most part. Definitely. I only really talk about a couple. But Diamond CBD. So this is one of those awesome products that is kind of a craze. CBD is talked about everywhere right now. So if you go to passionparkent.com/diamond and you shop using any of those banners on our website, you are directly supporting us as we get a little kick from that. So shout out to Diamond. But they have over 1,000 products from edibles to oils to vape additives to I just got a vape from them that I really enjoy. They also have pet products, which is awesome. So I know some people, actually I have a friend of mine who was going to get some pet CBD. So that's a cool thing. Like I mentioned up top, I was in Texas for a couple days, and me being a daily weed smoker, down there, I don't got a weed connect, and I really wasn't trying to go out of my way to try to get some weed. If I would have found some, I definitely would have gotten it. But long story short, I just went to a CBD shop, bought a CBD vape, and I had that for the whole couple days. Obviously, I didn't get high at all, so I missed that. But I was fine. That's fine. It's good to take a couple days off, for sure. But instead of smoking, I just had this CBD vape for the couple of days, and honestly, I thought it was fine. I still had a good appetite, which is usually, I don't know if it's sometimes it feels like it's an issue. That's my favorite part about smoking. I think maybe not my favorite part, but it does give me an appetite. I just feel like I have a more regular appetite when I smoke. Maybe just because I'm used to it or something like that, or maybe I'm just making that up mentally, placebo effect, whatever it is. I will say when I came home last night. Last night and 2 nights ago, and smoked. I was like, I ate a big ass meal after I was so hungry, and I was like, oh, that's the kind of hunger I was missing. But CBD helps a lot with a lot of that stuff, and I really enjoyed that. And it's got a lot of good medical uses, so much better than me just placating. I don't even know if that's the term that I want to use right here. Replacing my weed habit. There's a lot better uses of CBD, more medically helpful. Whether it's pain, I hear the oils and the creams are like the best use of it, is what I've been hearing. My wife was telling me that the oil drops, which I actually have some CBD oil. The drops is the best way to take it. It's the quickest way to feel the effects, and I don't know if it's just the strongest way. It's also healthy. Obviously, smoking is not necessarily the most healthy way to intake anything like that. But anyways, shout out to Diamond CBD. We appreciate them for being an affiliate. Go to passionparkent.com/diamond. Make sure you shop through there, and you'll be directly supporting us. So we would greatly, greatly appreciate that. And then if you want to find out anything else about our business, whether it be show dates or stuff about our events or just like our background about us, you want to see our videos, whether it be web series, all that stuff, go to passionparkent.com. All that stuff is right there. I have made a web series from one of my albums. I have made a short film. So there's a lot of video content. There's like a lot of recap videos from my shows. And then if you want to know directly more just about me and my music, go to thedavidlopez.com. There you'll always find my newest song right on the front page. A link to pre-save my next song, because I always have a new song coming out the next month. So I try to keep it pushing, like that. And then I got show dates, all that stuff about me, about my career, and all that good stuff. So check that out. Go to go to www.thedavidlopez.com for all that good stuff. And make sure you listen to my playing new music, baby. All right, let's get into this episode, huh? Let's do it, baby. So before we get into some of the sports stuff, I got a couple artistic industry things to talk about real quick. First off, sometimes I do a what to watch sequence, like when I'm or segment when I'm watching like a show or a movie that I really want to talk about. But this week I'm gonna do instead. It's kind of like a what to listen segment, but I'm still gonna call it the what to watch segment. This was on my plane ride home from Texas. I listened to the new Russ book called "It's All in Your Head, Get Out of Your Way." It's such a quick listen, which is nice. Audiobooks have saved me because I was never good at reading. I read a lot of articles, but I never can focus for a whole book. But this audiobook was great. It's always nice when the artist actually tells it himself, so it just sounds like he's just talking. And it's his music is intertwined in there. Super motivational book. I think it's a must listen for independent artists. A lot of it talks about, like music stuff, but a lot of it is about self-belief. That's his big, he harps on self-belief, and it's really important. He's an outwardly confident individual. I really enjoy his music, and he's been an inspiration for me for a little bit. But it's funny because I thought the book spoke to a lot of things that I had already kind of instinctually felt and kind of have been doing. I feel like probably not as aggressively as somebody like him who's become successful already and been doing this. I say already, but he's been in it, for 10 plus years, so that's a lot longer, and I'm hopefully on that path. That's been my goal, is long-term thinking. Once again, it definitely, I think it has to do, a lot of it does have to do with the age that you start some of this stuff, because he started when he was a kid, and which is like some of those years when if you can have where you're living at the crib or something like that, and you can work on music and just spend your whole days like that. I feel like that's a huge benefit, and he took advantage of that, and so now he's younger than me, is super successful, but like a lot of the things he was talking about, how you have to, if you have to get this shitty job because it's to help you pay the bills so you can keep your dream, then you have to do it. You can't be too, you can't be over that. You got to do whatever it can to help your dream, go. And so many people are hesitant to do stuff like that, or are not honest with their actual dreams and passions. And I really related to it. It's funny. My wife and I were talking earlier that day on a beautiful outlooking the ocean, sitting in the hot tub. It was pretty beautiful. But we were talking, and I said something that I'm sure I'm regurgitating from other podcasts I've heard and other speakers that I've heard talk, and it's all about the destination. It's not all about the destination. It's not about the destination. There is no destination. It's all about the ride. You know, and like I was talking about how important that is to me, is like falling in love with the journey, because if you fall in love with the destination, you'll always be searching for another destination. Like there's nothing there, and like literally, and I was thinking all day about how I think I want to get something to that effect tattooed on me. I think it's something about that. I just can't figure out exactly what. And I was just thinking about it. That thought was going through my head, and I mean, it's a thought that I've thought about for a while, so it's not like it's not a new thought or an original thought by any means. But then I'm listening to the book, and literally Russ starts out one of the chapters, and he just goes, "There is no destination. It's all about the ride," or something to that effect. It was like almost the same exact thing that I was saying. I was like, "Holy shit!" Just like took that out of my mind. And I literally paused it and looked at my wife who was sitting next to me. I was like, "Hey, look, you just said, you know what I just said," and she was like, whatever." But I would say it's a must listen if you're an independent artist. I mean, it's a must listen if you're an entrepreneur, if you're somebody who's trying to do your own thing, or if you're somebody who's looking for confidence. It's a really, I thought, a very well done kind of motivational book. I really enjoyed it. So shout out to Russ, big fan. So check that out. There's your What to Watch segment. And then before we get into sports stuff, I want to go over some of the Grammy nominations, as those just came out this week. Not only do I want to go over them so I can like talk about them on the air, but I also, I need to hear about all of them. I've seen some of them, but I haven't really seen all of them. So let's just go over a couple of the big ones. The ones most people are talking about. First of all, the Album of the Year nominations. I mean, there's a handful. Bon Iver, I'm not too familiar. Lana Del Rey, Billie Eilish, of course, she's huge. Her, H-E-R, you know what I'm saying? Ariana Grande, but Lil Nas X, I mean, Old Town Road smash, but his album of the year, I mean, surprising. Plus, I think it only had like 7 songs, right? Isn't that considered an EP? Can an EP win album of the year? I'm concerned. Not concerned, confused. Maybe I am concerned. Lizzo, Cause I Love You. That's not even the album that has some of her older hits, right? That's definitely her newer album. And then Vampire Weekend, who I am not familiar with at all. It's an interesting selection of artists there. I'd be lying if I said I'm super interested in this year's category for album of the year. Lil Nas X. I mean, Old Town Road was a smash. I loved it, but he better not win this award. That'd be crazy if he did. Otherwise, I don't know. I'd have to give some more listens. But I find that interesting. I mean, he had a smash. Well, I guess streaming. So like, that song is so big that makes that album go like whatever bajillions platinums or whatever. I'm sure that album has all these records because that song is on there, and then with streaming it just goes through. So I'm sure that affects it to some effect. Panini was big too though. Shout out to Lil Nas X doing his thing though. I don't know who's gonna win that. I got no freaking idea. I just thought I'd talk about that real quick. But this award, the Record of the Year one, now this is the one that makes the most sense to me for Lil Nas X to be in, because Old Town Road is obviously nominated. There's a lot of good records nominated here. Billie Eilish, Bad Guy, which is like her huge record. That song has been all over the radio. Ariana Grande, 7 Rings. No, thank you. Her, again, H.E.R., Khalid, Old Town Road, Lizzo, Truth Hurts, which, I mean, I would not be surprised if that song won. That song, smash hit. And then Post Malone, Sunflower, also a huge song too. Shout out to Post and Sway Lee then getting that Grammy nom. I like that. I think Truth Hurts should win this, baby. Bad boy. But maybe Old Town Road. Old Town Road was huge too, but I would love if Truth Hurts won it. Lizzo got to get a Grammy. Let's get Lizzo a Grammy. I was dancing into that song recklessly at this wedding over the weekend. Like a white girl, I am, No, but I did have a lot of fun dancing to that shit. See, it's so the weird. It's all about wording, but like Record of the Year and then Song of the Year. I never know why is there. Like, what's going on here? I don't know. I need to read the definitions of like why that is. Record of the Year and Song of the Year. What is the difference? Because there's a completely different nomination group and it has different songs in it. Some of them are repeated, like Lizzo's in there again, Billie Eilish is in there again. But like Taylor Swift has a song that's Song of the Year, but not Record of the Year. Don't understand that. Best New Artist though. I saw some people getting upset that Meg Thee Stallion, I think, wasn't nominated. She's not nominated for this, and somebody else that I can't remember who else. People were upset, but in this category, Billie Eilish, Lil Nas X, Lizzo, Tank and the Bangas, Tank and the Bangers, that's crazy because Alfred Banks, who I opened up for him in Chicago, he does a lot of work with them, and I know he's gone on tour with them and stuff like that, and they just got nominated for Best New Artist for a Grammy, so that's crazy. Yeah, that's awesome, awesome. Yeah, I don't know who's gonna win this one. I would not be. Billie Eilish is like one of the biggest artists in the world. How does she not get this? How does she not get this award? But yeah, that's cool. That is really cool to see. All right, so those were kind of the main ones that I really wanted to go over. I mean, obviously now we got to get to the rap category. What am I talking about before we wrap this up and get to sports? This is the last thing I definitely wanted to talk about because it's the coolest thing about this. The Grammy nominations this year, in my opinion. The rap category is somewhat overlooked. Now it's, or it has been in the past. I mean, they used to not even show them on the actual awards. They used to just do them like before, which was whack as hell. Now the rap's getting a lot more love, which is dope as fuck. But the coolest thing in the rap category this year is that Dreamville, as a whole collective unit with that amazing collaborative album that they made, they're nominated for a bunch of stuff. So best rap album, that whole project got nominated. So the whole Dreamville camp, pretty much anybody who was on that project got nominated for a Grammy. Like, that's fucking awesome. Most people know, I'm a huge fan. I got a Dreamville flag up there. But yeah, so the best rap album, Dreamville got nominated. Meek Mill, 21 Savage, Tyler the Creator, and YBN Cordae. All good projects. The Tyler the Creator project I did get to listen to. I like that. Super musical. I really did enjoy that project. He's such an interesting cat. YBN project, I've heard some of it and I really did enjoy it. I don't think I got to listen all the way through, so I should have done that. Maybe I got some time though before these Grammys come up. And then as far as the best rap song goes, so YBN, that song Bad Idea with Chance, Rick Ross with Drizzy, Gold Roses, 21 Savage, A Lot with J. Cole, Nipsey Hussle, Racks in the Middle, R.I.P. Nipsey. That'd be cool to see him, get a posthumous Grammy. Posthumous, is that how you say it? Or posthumous? You know what I mean. And Da Baby Suge, that song was humongo. See, this is the same thing. Best rap song and the best rap performance. They're two different categories, but a lot of repeats on it's so weird. All right. And then because the best rap performance, you got Middle Child from J. Cole, Suge again, Dreamville, Down Bad. Has the same artist ever been nominated in the same category against himself? That's crazy because he's on, Down Bad is the record and J. Cole's on that song too. And then Nipsey, Racks in the Middle again, and then Offset, Clout. That's kind of cool because it's the song that he has featuring Cardi B, his wife. So like, that's pretty cool. That'd be a cool win for them. And then best rap song collab, Lil Nas X, Panini. No, thank you. The song's alright, but no. Ooh, Young Thug, The London, man. J. Cole's getting a lot of noms, Grammy noms. I love it. Lil Baby and Gunna, Drip Too Hard. That song was huge. I would not be surprised if that won. I almost feel like that should win. And then DJ Khaled, Higher. Ooh, another Nipsey Hussle song. That song with John Legend. So Nipsey's got a couple noms. It'd be cool to see him get some recognition. I'm sure they'll do some tributes to him, so that'll be cool. All right, well, that wraps up my Grammy talk, guys. That was, I'm glad we got to go over that. I needed to learn. I needed to get up to date on all that stuff. All right, let's get into the bulk of this episode. Let's do some of this sports talk. You know what I'm saying, guys? Once again, I hope you didn't listen too closely to my picks and spend all your money because you might have lost some. Although I didn't do bad. I finished second place this week. I had a pretty good week. But before we get into the picks, there's a couple things I want to talk about real quick. First of all, briefly, I'll just talk basketball for like a second. Luka Doncic is just having a monstrous week. I talk about him anytime I can because he's just an amazing player, and I feel like I just was on that bandwagon early. A lot of people were, but I was like, man, we got to trade up for him. But man, dude, he's lighting the world on fire. Yo, yesterday he had 33, like 9 and 8 at halftime against the Warriors. They beat the Warriors by 48. Just mind-blowing stuff. He's joining LeBron in a lot of like the records that he's been setting at an early age. I think he's the first guy who was like 21 and has averaged like a 30-point triple-double for a 10-game span or something, some stat like that. He just plays with such ease. Tim Legler on ESPN compared him to Wayne Gretzky, a young Wayne Gretzky, in the sense that the game just comes to him in a slower, like he sees it slower, so you can he just maneuvers past it. He's a step ahead of everybody. he can never be sped up, and that's what I love about his game. Like people like it looks like he's moving slow, but he's just moving at his own speed and he's just getting it done. I mean, his step back is amazing. Yeah, man, I've just been so impressed. He's so fun to watch. He's like must-watch TV right now. So I'm jealous of the Mavericks fans because they have a superstar for many years to come. Looks to be a Hall of Famer if all goes how it should. I mean, that dude is amazing. So Luka Doncic is Luka mania. I had to bring that up. The Bulls did get a W last night too. That's a side note. They're still struggling. I don't want to get too much into the Bulls stuff. They're struggling. Hopefully they figure it out. I don't know what's gonna have to. I mean, they don't have enough talent right now. They just don't have enough talent to be a very good team. Unless something clicks in a weird way. I would like Kobe White to be playing down the stretch though. So Boylan, grow some and let him play down the stretch. Who gives a shit? He's got to grow sooner or later. Come on. All right, let's get into football because. Whew, these Bears, once again, another upsetting week. I was sitting at a lowly bar in Texas watching the Bears Sunday Night Football look just terrible against the Rams in LA. But the most interesting thing is this Mitchell Trubisky controversy at the end of the game. Now it comes out, it doesn't seem like it's as controversial as we all thought. It just seems like odd timing. So supposedly he hurt his hip in the second quarter. I mean, it appears he really did hurt his hip, but he still played. He played through until the end of the fourth quarter. The Bears look like they're struggling, and then Matt Nagy takes him out almost as if he's going to make him a scapegoat. It was a very interesting scenario. What do you think? Chase Daniel's going to win you the game in that situation? I mean, I think Nagy's decisions are all over the place. I don't. This is as much on Nagy as it is on Mitch, and Mitch doesn't look great. I'll tell you what, though, that drive in the third quarter where the Bears scored their touchdown, I thought that was one of the better drives of Mitch's career. He was making throws. I mean, maybe he doesn't throw the ball crazy down the field, but I just thought he looked decent on that drive, and that was after the injury. So I don't understand any of this. The season's pretty much done. I mean, they already have 6 losses. You would have to win out and then hope you can get in at 10-6, but it's not going to happen because the NFC is pretty much locked up. Here is the most interesting thing about this. You would have had to have the Vikings had already lost last week to make this interesting, and then you would have had to win last week and pretty much win out because the Vikings have 8 wins and the Seahawks have 8 wins, I believe, right? And so those two teams have 8 wins, and the Niners and the Packers are the ones who are winning those divisions. So the wildcard spots are already nabbed up. You're not going to make it. Those wildcard spots look like to be locked up. I think the NFC is pretty much it's pretty much a lock in the playoff picture. It's just going to be what the order is of it all. But the AFC is going to be interesting because some teams may make it. There could be an 8-8 or a 9-7 team that makes it in the AFC. And with all that said, let's get into my picks. Let's do it. All right, so I mentioned that I didn't have a bad week. I mean, I got 9 right out of 14, which isn't terrible, but it was good enough for second place. The winner had 11. I still haven't gotten a week since week 1, and this is week 12, guys. I'm on an 11-week losing streak. Holy shit. But let's get into it. Let's hopefully make some money this week, right? Let's do this, right? All right. So tonight's game is a good one, man. Colts, Texans, they are in Houston. Where I just was. Shout out to Houston. Hook 'em. Wait, what? That's the Longhorns. All right. The Texans got to win by 4. They got 3.5. And they lost last week in a surprisingly not close game against the Ravens. I thought that was going to be a great game, and turns out it was not at all. So I think the Texans are going to recover from that and have a very good showing. And I think they're going to beat the Colts. This is a big game for that division, but I think they're going to beat the Colts. So I'm going to go Texans are going to win by at least a touchdown, I would say. Against the Colts tonight. That's a good one, though. I'm excited to watch that. All right. Buccaneers, Falcons, Sunday at noon. They are in Atlanta. Atlanta's been playing good the past couple of weeks. They blew out the Panthers last week after blowing out the Saints the week before, so they're on a little 2-game hot streak. They're still 3-7, though, but so are the Buccaneers. So the Falcons are favored by 4.5. They got to win by 5. And with what I said earlier about the Falcons on that hot streak, but sometimes the Buccaneers just play these crazy games where they just keep them close for a weird way, or Jameis throws for like 500 yards, but also like 3 pick sixes. I'm going to go with the Falcons. They're going to go on a little win streak right here. So the Falcons are going to win by a touchdown. Like I said, Jameis will throw for a lot of yards, but a couple pick sixes. All right. Broncos, Bills in Buffalo. The Bills are 7-3. I mean, That's good. They're favored by 4.5. They got to win by 5. Man, the underdogs are doing so good against the spread, and I keep picking the overs right now. So I'm like, man, I don't know if this is a good move here, but I don't like the Broncos. I don't like them at all. I got to go with the Bills. I think they're going to win by a touchdown. Yep, I'm going to go with that. Sticking with the Bills. All right, now you know what we are here. We are here with our Bears. Finally, are they going to get back on the W train? They're 4-6. I guess it'd be nice they finish 500. I don't know. Our first round pick doesn't even matter this year, so whatever. We're playing the Giants here in the Shy. We're getting 6.5, so we got to win by a touchdown. And you know what? My normal pick is the Bears. I'm going to do it because I think they're going to, man, the crowd favorite is the Giants on the betting spray. It looks here on ESPN. But I'm going to go with the Bears. I think they're going to have they're going to I don't know. They're going to hopefully have like a surprisingly cool offensive showing, and we're going to be like, whoa, what is this? But then we're already out of the race. Something like that's going to happen. But I'm going to go with the Bears. Steelers, Bengals. The Bengals are in full on tank mode. They're 0-10. Pittsburgh's got to win by 7. Coming off that crazy Myles Garrett incident last week where the Steelers lost on Thursday night. They got their ass whipped by the Browns. The Steelers will win this game and win this game easily. The Bengals are too bad for the Steelers not to win this. So the Steelers will win by 10. So I'm going to take the Steelers. Taking all the overs right now, and I don't love this, but we'll see here. All right, Dolphins versus Browns in Cleveland. Cleveland's been winning a couple games. They're coming off that crazy Myles Garrett situation, though. And the Browns are favorite. They got to win by 11. No. I'm going to go with Dolphins on that. Dolphins will keep that within 11, hopefully. That's the hope there. I don't like that a lot of people are betting on the Dolphins, but I'm going to still go with that because that's my initial gut there. All right, Lions versus Redskins. They're in Washington. Detroit's got to win by at least 4. Stafford's still not playing, though. I'm going to go with Washington on this, surprisingly. I don't know why. I'm just going to do it, all right, guys? Don't judge me. I'm going with Washington. If we get it right, we get it right. We got to take some risks here. That's how we win, you know? All right, Raiders, Jets. They are in New York. The Raiders got to win by 3. The Raiders have been playing well, and they will win by 3. They're trying to stay in the playoff race, and I think they're going to win because they're 6-4. So, yeah, Raiders. Raiders by a field goal at least. Panthers, Saints in New Orleans. If New Orleans has got to win by 10. It's 9.5. Carolina did not look good last week. But I'm going to take Carolina in this. I think they're going to keep it somewhat close. McCaffrey has a big game. And the Saints still win by a field or a touchdown maybe, but not 10. Not 10. Excuse me. Seahawks, Eagles. In Philly. Seahawks are 8-2. Philly is 5-5. I mean, Philly's got to win. This is tough. Philly's favored. Philly's got to win by 2. They got to win to stay in the race, though, so it's huge, and they're in Philly. But I'm gonna go with Seattle. Seattle's been really playing well, and they're gonna put a wrench in Philly's plans here. I'm gonna go with Seattle on this. So Seattle. Jags, Titans in Tennessee. Tennessee's favor. They got to win by 4. They're getting 3.5. I'm gonna go with the Jags. I think finally Nick Foles is gonna have his first really good game as a Jacksonville Jaguar, and I'm gonna go with the Jaguars. Cowboys, Patriots, baby. This is America's team versus New England's team, the Super Bowl champs. You know, America's team versus NFL's team. New England's got to win by 7 against the Cowboys. And, dude, this isn't even a question to me. They're in New England. I think New England's going to win by 10 here. I'm going New England. All right. Although New England's offense really hasn't looked that good, I just think they're going to win by a touchdown. They just do it. This is the game of the week, really, though. That Sunday night game, Packers versus Niners. Packers are 8-2. Niners are 9-1. Primetime game. They're in San Fran. San Fran's got to win by 4 here. It's pretty. I think this is gonna be a tight game, so I don't like it. I could see this being a field goal game, maybe even a 1 point. Like I could see Aaron Rodgers having to make a game-winning drive. I'm going Packers on this. I'm going to take the Packers on that one. That's what I'm going to go with. And then finally, we got another good game. This is awesome. We got some good primetime games this week, the Sunday night and the Monday night. Our Monday night and the Thursday night game. So good job by you, NFL, finally. Baltimore Ravens versus the Los Angeles Rams. Lamar Jackson, who's been taking over the NFL. The Rams are getting 3.5, so Baltimore's got to win by 4. And the Rams looked like shit. Even though they beat the Bears last week, they still looked like shit. Jared Goff doesn't look good. And Lamar Jackson looks like he might win the MVP. I'm going to go with the Ravens. I think they're going to blow them out, surprisingly. I think the Ravens are going to take this. And then I got to pick the score here. I'm going to go with 31-17. I guess that's not the biggest blowout, but that's what I'm going to go with. Ravens 31-17 in Los Angeles. And Lamar Jackson's going to make another stamp on his MVP type season. And that's what's going to happen, baby. I'm going to submit those picks. Wish me luck, guys. Let's win some money this week. I could use it. But that's it for this week. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of The David Lopez Show. Make sure you go to thedavidlopez.com for all my stuff. Make sure you get my new song, My Plane, which comes out tonight. And I would really appreciate any support. Any feedback would be awesome. And then reserve your table to come see me live on Black Friday at Uncommon Ground with Julian, Xavier, and Viano. Go to passionparkent.com for any other good stuff. And just listen weekly for new episodes. We will be back. Enjoy your week. Enjoy your weekends. And be easy.